Welcome, fellow history enthusiasts. Before we dive into the practical knowledge I'm about to share, make sure to subscribe to Warfield Prepper Chronicles, like this video, and leave a comment with your thoughts. This guide will take you through time-tested methods our ancestors used to stay warm at night without irritating their skin. A critical skill for anyone interested in historical survival techniques or modern prepping. Let's get straight to it. Use natural fibers the way our ancestors did. Long before synthetic fabrics existed, people relied on natural fibers like linen, wool and cotton to sleep comfortably. Linen was particularly prized in ancient Egypt and Rome because it allowed air circulation while providing warmth. Unlike modern synthetic blankets that trap moisture and irritate the skin, linen absorbs sweat and dries quickly, reducing friction and itching. To apply this today, line your sleeping surface with a high-quality linen sheet beneath any heavier covering. Wool blankets or throws can go on top, providing insulation without direct contact that could chafe sensitive areas. When washing, use mild soaps to preserve the natural oils in the fibers and prevent the material from becoming rough. Layer like medieval soldiers for controlled warmth. Medieval soldiers, especially those stationed in cold castles or tents, perfected the art of layering to maintain warmth without causing skin problems. They combined thin linen undergarments with thicker woolen outer layers. This method reduced direct skin contact with rougher fibers and allowed them to adjust layers depending on the night's temperature. Modern application is simple. Wear a soft, breathable underlayer, such as cotton or bamboo sleepwear. Then cover yourself with wool or down blankets. You can even add a thin linen wrap between your skin and heavier blankets to reduce itching, just as soldiers did before venturing into frostbitten fields. Use furs strategically, not directly on the skin. Throughout history, furs were essential for winter survival, from Viking longhouses to Siberian steppes. However, our ancestors knew that placing raw fur directly on the skin caused irritation. They always used cloth barriers, often linen or soft wool, to separate themselves from the rough fur. You can replicate this by draping furs over blankets or using sheepskin rugs as an insulating layer beneath heavier covers. This method keeps the warmth while avoiding direct contact that can inflame sensitive skin or cause sweating that leads to rashes. Maintain a sleeping surface free from moisture and grime. Hygiene was critical even in ancient times. Romans, for instance, washed their bedding and mats regularly to prevent skin irritations caused by bacteria or trapped sweat. Similarly, nomadic tribes aired out their sleeping mats and bedding daily, often exposing them to sunlight to prevent dampness. Today, you can achieve this by regularly airing out your bed and washing sheets in mild detergents. Ensure mattresses, pads or mats are dry before laying down, as trapped moisture increases the risk of irritation. Sunlight exposure, even for just a few hours, helps naturally disinfect fibers. Incorporate natural oils for skin protection. Historical records from Egypt, Greece and Mesopotamia show the use of plant oils like olive and sesame oil to protect the skin during cold nights. These oils acted as a barrier against the drying effects of wool and furs and reduced friction that could cause chafing. Modern application is straightforward. Lightly moisturize exposed areas with natural oils before bed, focusing on arms, legs and any spot where blankets might rub. Avoid synthetic lotions that can mix poorly with natural fabrics and increase irritation. Adjust sleeping posture to reduce friction. Ancient nomads and soldiers often shifted their sleeping positions to prevent pressure sores or skin abrasions during long nights. While it might seem minor, changing positions periodically minimizes constant rubbing against fabrics and reduces the risk of irritation. Try layering your blankets loosely so you can move freely without bunching the material. Even a small adjustment, like rolling onto your side with a linen wrap under your arm, can prevent irritation that accumulates overnight. Now, let's talk about utilizing alternative insulation methods beyond just blankets. You know, before modern heating and heavy bedding came along, folks had to rely on some pretty creative insulation techniques. Things like straw-filled mattresses, feather duvets, or even stacked animal hides were all used to keep warm, while also minimizing direct contact with those harsh, cold surfaces. For a more practical modern approach, you might consider placing a thin layer of natural material, like a cotton or linen quilt, between yourself and those denser blankets. This simple step helps reduce skin friction, but still keeps you nice and toasty. These days, survivalists often use sleeping mats or camping pads lined with soft fabrics, which interestingly really echo those ancient practices. Another thing to keep in mind is rotating your bedding materials seasonally to match your skin's needs. Historically, both households and military encampments would swap out their bedding depending on the season and climate. Summer fabrics were lighter, while winter layers were thicker, but still quite breathable. Sticking to this principle today can help prevent skin problems that come from over-insulation or trapping too much moisture. So, it's a good idea to keep a set of lighter linen sheets for those warmer nights, and then switch to wool or layered cotton linen blends when it gets colder. And always maintain a barrier between rough blankets and your skin. It's a simple approach, but honestly, it's highly effective for long-term skin health. So, by incorporating these ancient practices into your modern sleeping habits, you can ensure warmth without sacrificing skin comfort. Using natural fibers, strategic layering, proper hygiene, the application of oils, careful posture, alternative insulation, and seasonal rotation. These are all methods that have been proven over centuries. Each technique is quite easily adaptable to modern life, whether you're preparing for winter emergencies, studying historical survival skills, or just looking for a way to sleep comfortably without irritation. Remember, fellow historians, the real key to mastery is combining historical insight with practical application. Don't just watch. Give these techniques a go tonight, test out what works for you, and refine your setup just as our ancestors did. If you found this guide useful, do subscribe to Warfield Prepper Chronicles for more deep dives into historical survival methods. Go ahead and like this video, leave your comments with experiences or questions, and share this knowledge with fellow enthusiasts. Let's keep history alive and practical, shall we?